Alrighty. Well, Rhino's not here. As usual. Rose is muted. And Timber's got a mine.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, Rose is here. Good. Alright, we're starting off well. Sorry, Rose. Looks like you gotta do double duty. Let me just quickly sort this out. Still gonna let... No, you won't. You something.
Holmes pinged me.
He's pinging you.
Oh.
We're not having distractions again, are we?
I'm always distracted.
Well, we just started, Rose. They can wait.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they fucking can. Or go over there personally. So the one thing we found out yesterday is that Soren was there at the crime scene. I can listen to other things if you're gonna be like, yeah. I can only hope I can get some testimony from him that will get to the heart of the matter. Mr. Wright, good morning, Ellen. Look, I'm afraid you're not gonna like the results of today's trial. Nevertheless, don't tell me you're still thinking of going that route. Soren is innocent. He can't be found guilty. Take me instead. Ellen, please try and get a hold of yourself. I believe in Soren with all my heart. So how dare you doubt him? Regardless of which one of them is found guilty today, it's gonna be devastating for Ellen, isn't it? Well, we just have to do everything we can. That's the best we can do, you know.
The trial is about to begin, Mr. Wright.
All right, let's go, Maya. Yeah. Guess I'm just gonna have to play as Edgeworth because someone decides to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Court is now back in session for the trial of Ellen Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Let's see now. Where were we?
In yesterday's session, we found out about the Sprocket family's conspiracy to cover up the murder of Doomus Gloomsbury with a second reception. Taking advantage of our collective shock, the defense, as usual, made a nonsensical claim. Namely, that there was a third person present who struck the victim. Hey, don't try and make it sound like I made it all up. The defendant herself made a statement about the existence of a third person. And further investigation has only proven her statement to be true.
Then I presume the defense intends to focus on proving the identity of this third person. Is that alright with you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed, Your Honor. In fact, I predict that the defense will, most likely, attempt to name Mr. Soren Sprocket as the true culprit. How did you...
I read the script.
The driver during the accident that killed Mr. Sprocket's sister was the victim. Therefore, Mr. Sprocket had a motive to murder Mr. Gloomsbury. That's what you planned to assert, is it not, Mr. Wright? Oh, am I that transparent? Come now, Mr. Wright. Did you really think the police wouldn't uncover this information? Congrats on getting it in one, Mr. Edgeworth. But you're wrong. Soren didn't do it. He's innocent. Mr. Wyatt, please. He's innocent, I tell you. What is this, Mr. Wright? I thought your claim about the existence of a third person came from the defendant. It did. This is just a minor hiccup.
Did you not discuss your strategy for today's with the defendant, Mr. Wright?
Starting off on the wrong foot again is a serious cutting into my lifespan. It would appear that the defense is in disarray. Therefore, the best way to clear things up is ask Mr. Sprocket himself what happened. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call Soren Sprocket to the stand. What?
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Mr. Sprocket to the witness stand.
He Sprocket his locket.
Locked in his pocket. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
You're gonna fly a freaking paper airplane at him now?
You know what's very impressive? He does it one-handed.
Oh! There's something written on this paper airplane. Let's see. Soren Sprocket, Managing Director of Sprocket Aviation. Mr. Sprocket, please give your answers in words, not paper airplane.
No.
Now then, Mr. Sprocket, please tell that doubting lawyer there what really happened at the time of the crime. Well, Mr. Sprocket. Mr. Sprocket.
All right.
I think he gave him a nerdy sort of voice. Grr.
You want me to talk about what happened when the crime occurred? In other words, after the first wedding reception. When Ellen and I were in the reception hall, right?
Not even the power of the court could stop him from marching to the beat of his own drum.
I was stabbed by Dumas in the reception hall and I collapsed to the floor. The next thing I saw was Ellen and Dumas on the Vista deck.
Dumas.
I knew Ellen was in danger, so I headed for the Vista deck.
Do you say Christmas?
But when I got there, Dumas was already.
It's gonna sound like a playbook now.
I don't want to believe it, but I must have been Ellen. Nothing else makes sense.
Well, wait just a minute here. You actually think Miss Wyatt killed the victim?
Well, that's right. Dumas was killed by Ellen.
This is unbelievable. How can you suspect your bride, the woman you love?
Objection!
The truth can be cruel. Miss Wyatt, you must be very upset. Is there anything you wish to say? Oh. No. I can't believe this. Soren. I thought at least you would believe in me. The best way now is to show your love for your groom is to admit your guilt and try to atone. Soren. Mr. Edgeworth, I haven't even cross-examined the witness yet. And quit picking on the clearly clearly distraught. Yeah, that's so not cool, Mr. Edgeworth. The court is where we seek the truth. And the truth is unyielding, even to the truly pitiful.
Mr. Edgeworth, I find it distasteful to make a lady cry.
It too, Your Honor. So what are you going to do, Mr. Nick? If the third person Ellen saw on the Vista deck was Soren, then we have to prove Soren was there at the time of the murder. I don't see any obvious inconsistencies in his testimony, but we have to push forward. Okay,
I mean, it's either Dumas or I say dumbass.
Dumbass Gloomsbury.
The dumbass gloom boy. Oh god, we're below the oh lord, we're so small. Look at us.
Oh fucking hell.
Well, you know,
Get up there.
I guess Rose has always been quite a small character anyway.
Eh.
At least people can see my face.
Yeah, just like his ego. Hold on, let me find your stupid.
Get up there. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let me just stand up here.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, I'm
worry.
stepping
I put
still,
a box
folks.
down underneath you.
It's gonna be fucked with like one characters in there again. Are you absolutely sure, Mr. Sprocket, that by the time you got to the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed?
Yeah.
I had a yawn.
Yeah. Oh my god. But the Vista deck is just on the other side of the glass windows in the reception hall. You'd have been able to get there right away.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, have you investigated nothing? The only way to the Vista deck is to go to the lift, go to the hold and take the lift. No matter how much one hurries, it would take at least 10 minutes.
Quite the design flaw, really.
Oh, well, that's unhelpful. Well, Soren had to have gotten there before the murder. Well, my claim won't stand. Do you have any ideas for me, Maya? It's definitely easier to prove that someone did go to the hold than not. I mean, you can't leave anything if you don't go someplace, right? Can't leave anything. Wait a minute. I think Maya's onto something here. The lack of something actually proves that Soren didn't go to the hold.
What's the matter? Are you stumped already?
No, I'm far from stumped, Mr. Edgeworth. I know for a fact that Mr. Sprocket didn't go to the hold.
You and your paper-thin bluffs.
And you and your paper-thin handkerchief on your damn chin neck.
Do not diss the ascot. Mr. Sprocket's bloodstain on the lift proves he went through the hold. So what possible proof could you have that he did not, in fact, go through there?
You want proof? You got it. You can do this, Phoenix. There's got to be proof that Soren didn't go through the hold.
Well, Mr. Wright?
This proves that Mr. Sprocket didn't go through the hold. Where's that entry record? Yeah. Sprocket didn't go through it. As anyone can see from the hold entry record, there's absolutely no mention of Soren Sprocket entering the hold. The defense asserts that Mr. Sprocket used a different route to get to the Vista deck.
You can assert all you want, Mr. Wright. But can you actually prove another route exists?
Can I prove that the existence of another route to the Vista deck exists? Fuck it, yeah, there probably is. Through the down window. I can prove it. And if it's just a bluff, I have to present something. Anything that could prove the existence of a further route to the Vista deck.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Show us how Mr. Sprocket got to the Vista deck.
Mr. Sprocket made the Vista deck through here.
Isn't that a door to the left?
Yeah, there's an escape hatch here, isn't there? To save his bride from danger, Mr. Sprocket opened the escape hatch and made his way along outside the wall to the Vista deck. Is that right, Mr. Sprocket?
That would certainly be much faster routes to the Vista deck. Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Wright. Is that really the best you could muster? That escape hatch is not meant to be used to get from the reception hall to the Vista deck. One slip, and that's all it would take for Mr. Sprocket to plunge to his death.
I have to agree. The defense's claim is really stretching it. Hold it!
I understand how it sounds, Your Honor. But at this point, it's too early to definitively, yeah, because yes, how it's spelled. Definitively say that he didn't go that way.
So that's what you're going with then, I take it?
Of course, Your Honor.
It is real life, Mr. Wright, not some cinematic drivel or comic book. Do you have some sort of logical explanation to share that would convince us of your claim? Also, don't you dare start dissing comic books.
Modern comic books are shit. I do. Are you sure, Nick? Yeah, manga's best. Kind of. Actually, I have nothing. So I'll just have to wing it somehow.
On what do you base your theory that Mr. Sprocket made its way along the outside?
My theory that he was able to go along outside the wall despite the danger is based on the power of love.
Yeah, love.
The power of love.
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 To save the bride he loves, the groom risks his life to rush to her side. Mr. Sprocket was able to make it to the Vista deck despite the danger because of the power of love.
The power of love? That love is a source of strength that can help one overcome any obstacle. To think I can relate, thanks to my own long, happy marriage.
Well, let's know he's married. Wow, he actually seems to be buying it.
Objection!
The power of love, you say?
Love.
That kind of illogical argument is hardly viable in a court of law.
Mr. Edgeworth, do I need to show you some MLP? Oh wait, you were about to go there at some point.
Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Edgeworth. You should never underestimate the power of love. The amount of times I took on Sonic and he used such a power.
Which I won't.
You'll understand one day once you get married.
Which I won't. Exactly what is so wrong with wishing to remain unwed?
Way to set him off, Your Honor.
Never mind all this unscientific nonsense. I wouldn't be surprised if Edgeworth was basically what people would describe as a romantic.
But yeah.
Like, he just doesn't care about romance or anything like that. Are you aware, Mr. Wright, that at the time of the crime...
Ah! Propellers!
There was a huge propeller tunneling at full speed between the hatch and the vista deck. Even if a person were to go outside through the hatch...
No!
they'd be blown away in an instant.
Ah!
Where did your power of love get you now, Mr. Wright?
Are you spinning propeller, you say?
You know, that kind of thing would have been important to learn, know about earlier, like in the blueprints of the map.
Yeah, we don't get anything like that.
Well, your blueprints are out of date.
Just like autopsy's report.
By the way, I'll have a new autopsy report ready tomorrow.
Ready in the next 5 minutes.
In that case, I'll have to admit it does seem impossible.
Here's the autopsy report 1.2.1. Oh, I should have known. Nick, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles, right?
Wrong.
Oh, that's rich. Coming from the sister of Mia. Right. I feel like I just saw Mia look at... Oh my god, we got a mention of her!
Of course.
Oh, I felt like I just saw Mia looking at me through Maya's eyes. Bro, I want to see her again. What's wrong, Nick? Why are you gaping at me, gaping me like a giant sunfish? Thank you, Maya. You just helped me remember something really important. There it is. There's the fearless smile I was looking for. Now give us a mind-blowing theory, just like you always do.
I will say, I love the fact that he always says that that's the worst of times when a lawyer has put his biggest smile. You hardly ever see Phoenix actually smiling.
Yeah, I know.
In the court of law, and when it does, it's that forced smile.
He's just smiling. He's smiling in the inside. I have to turn my thinking around. Instead of wondering how Soren could have moved past that huge propeller, I have to think about what would have made it possible for him to do so.
Your Honor, Mr. Wright only makes that ridiculous face when his back is pressed against the wall. Therefore, please do hurry and give your ruling before...
Mr. Edgeworth, it's still far too early to discount my theory.
What are you talking about? The airship's large spinning propellers have already shredded it to pieces.
But if we think of a little more outside the box, I'm sure we could find a way he could have made it.
Stop trying to stall, Mr. Wright, and show us how it could have been even remotely possible, if at all.
Oh, simple. He used time break!
I must agree, with Mr. Edgeworth here.
Very well, Your Honor. There must have been a way. Some way that Soren could have moved along the wall in spite of the propeller.
Now then, Mr. Wright. What specifically would have made it possible?
This is how it would have been possible for Mr. Sprocket to get to the Vista deck. The airship wasn't flying?
More than likely.
What allowed Mr. Sprocket to go along the outside wall in spite of the propellers? Is the location of the flying chapel at the time of the crime.
The location of the flying chapel? But wasn't it flying in the high sky?
No, Your Honor, I'm afraid it wasn't.
What? Where was it?
At the time of the murder, the airship wasn't flying through the sky. It was on the ground, acting like a church. I mean, bottom more to the ground.
What?
And if the airship was, and if the airship wasn't flying, then that means the propellers weren't turning.
Motherfucker's wasting lead.
No! I remember you used to do that with pens back when I was a kid. I just kept clicking it. In which case, Mr. Sprocket could have just a Vista deck along outside the wall. Isn't that right, Mr. Sprocket? What the fuck?
I don't remember.
Ow. He stabbed himself with his pencil. That's gotta leave a mark.
Even if the propellers weren't turning, it would have been far too risky to go that way.
Ah, but Mr. Edgeworth, you're forgetting the power of love.
Yes, the amazing power of love.
Not this again. Very well. For the sake of argument, let's assume this so-called power of love made it possible for Mr. Sprocket to move along the outside wall of the airship. Can you prove that the airship was tied to the ground as you claim, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't have any evidence that proves where the airship was at the time.
You can prove it, can't you?
Maya, can you think of anything we can use to prove it? Can't say I can. Oh, wait. Didn't somebody see something outside the window at the time of the crime? I think I remember someone saying as such. Do I have the piece of evidence that shows what was outside the airship?
Well, what are you waiting for?
This piece of evidence shows what was outside the airship at the time of the crime.
The badge.
A certain picture, I believe.
Oh no. Oh, if I can fucking find it. There it
I
is.
think you passed it. Oh no, there it is.
This piece of evidence shows what was outside the airship at the time of the murder.
What kind of lousy drawing is that?
It's a drawing made by Larry Butts.
And what can you prove with that poor attempt at artistry?
Isn't Larry in the gallery right now? Larry made this drawing before he switched to lanterns. So it must have been right around when the murder was being committed. Now, if I could direct the court's attention here.
Is that a pterodactyl? Does that mean that the airship actually went back in time to the Cretaceous period? Objection!
We've already proven that time travel is nothing more than a gimmick, did we not?
We did, and I have no intentions of bringing up that argument again. But this drawing shows us an important piece of information. It shows us that the airship was actually moored to the ground.
And what makes you so sure?
That's easy. All you have to do is consider who made this drawing.
And his theme plays. Larry.
That's right. It was Mr. Butts, and we both know what he's like. He must have seen something else and mistaken it for a pterodactyl.
I can't argue with you there.
Sorry.
Hey, wait just one doggone second here! What kind of moron do you take me for? I saw with my own eyes a pterodactyl flew right by the window, I tell you! I have the sharp eyes of an artist, don't you believe me?
No.
Nick!
Nope.
So frank you guys are! What about the judge? You believe me, right, Your Honor? I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you need to leave this courtroom. Bailiff, if you would.
Come on, buddy, let's go.
Why doesn't anyone believe me?
Don't take it personally, Larry. I know you're just being, well, you.
Now then, you were saying that what was Mr. Butts really saw bears some relation to what was outside the airship at the time of the murder.
Yes, Your Honor. At least, I think it does. What this pterodactyl really is, will prove the airship was anchored at the mooring dock. Had better, anyway. If it doesn't, my whole argument is a bust.
If you're that confident about it, then please go ahead and tell us what it really was.
Yes, Your Honor. I think, Phoenix, what could that pterodactyl have actually been? Please take a good look at this sign.
At the sign? It appears to have been broken and then repaired. But what does the sign have to do with the pterodactyl?
Please focus on this part of the sign.
The part that broke off and got reattached, what about it?
How about if we turn it like this?
No! That shape! It's the pterodactyl in the drawing!
What Mr. Bikes actually saw was this chunk as it was being blown through the air by wind.
What?
Rubble. On the day of the murder, there was some heavy winds in the area of the mooring dock. But it's hard to imagine that this sign would make it up as high as an airship would fly. That means the flying chapel must have been anchored in the mooring dock that night. Is that right, Mr. Sprocket?
Objection!
Ugh. That's more than enough of this power of love nonsense, you pop culture junkie. Present all the proof you want, but your argument is based far too much in conjecture. Why don't we return to reality now?
No, fuck that. What do you mean
Back to reality.
What do you mean too much conjecture?
Even if the airship wasn't flying, that alone doesn't prove the witness went along the wall.
True, even now, it's no more than a possibility.
Oh, God. How do you propose Mr. Sprocket got to the Vista deck, Mr. Edgeworth?
I noticed something as I went over the evidence. Please take a look at the hold entry record.
What about it? I don't see Mr. Sprocket listed on the here anywhere.
Don't you remember? In yesterday's session, we had a very similar kind of argument.
Did we?
Honestly, Mr. Wright, are you going senile already? We talked about Larry Butts using the defendant's key cards to enter the hold.
Oh, we did talk about that, didn't we?
In other words, even if a person's name isn't on the entry record, it's still possible for that person to have entered by using someone else's card. Mr. Sprocket, you entered the hold with Miss Nichodi. Nicodi, didn't you?
I did.
What? Why didn't you tell us that in the first place?
Because fuck you, that's why. Pierce is indispensable. I didn't want to mention him unnecessarily and risk having him wrongly accused. I couldn't do it without him.
Mr. Sprocket, I ask that you testify in greater detail about your movements that night.
Hmm.
The truth is, I went to the Vista deck with Pierce. That's why my name doesn't appear in the whole entry. I was badly injured from beach stabs, but I was frantic. By the time we reached the scene, it was all over.
Well, this doesn't help me one bit.
Mr. Sprocket, you've concealed information from us time and time again. Who do you think you are, treating this court of law with such irreverence? That being said, I do appreciate the testimony you gave just now. Thanks to you, we now will know why your name doesn't appear on the entry record. Now there's no more inconsistencies in the witness's testimony.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. He never leaves a loose end dangling. You okay, Nick? I wouldn't call this situation okay. Somehow I have to coax the information we need from an opening out of him. Even if I can, that is. Okay. You didn't mention this because you didn't want Mr. Nakodi to fall under suspicion? Is that because he has something to hide?
I just didn't want the police to take up his name with all their questions, that's all.
That's it.
Neither the company nor the household would function smoothly without him.
I see. Wow, sounds like Pierce is absolutely indispensable to the Sprockets. Anyway, getting back to your statement, when did you meet with Mr. Nakodi?
We met up on my way to the Vista deck. I think Pierce and some of my relatives were on another floor. But Pierce heard the commotion and came running to my aid.
You could hear the pandemonium all the way from the
Pandemonium.
all the way from another floor?
Mr. Wright, would you like the current statement added to the witness testimony?
Have it added, you bitch. Yes, please, Your Honor.
Very well.
Okay.
Pierce heard the commotion. He came running.
Hmm. I was badly injured. Okay. Speaking of your injury, how are you doing now?
The life warmed me to steam, and it continues to throb with pain. Fortunately, my internal organs were spared. But one wrong move would have spelled the end for me there.
Even so, I've seen you up and about all over the place since the incident.
I'm only following my doctor's order to perform some daily light exercises.
Mr. Wright, would you like Mr. Sprocket's statement about this condition added to his testimony? Not that it appears especially relevant to me.
Should I have him added to his testimony? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Your Honor. I'd like to have it added to his testimony.
Very well.
Okay. Well,
Can't be a knight.
I bet you it's something to do with this candelabra, whatever it's called.
Candelabra.
Candelabra. Mr. Sprocket, you just said your injury is a knife wound, didn't you? But the weapon you were stabbed with was this candelabra. A fact I know you're quite aware of.
Oh, very well. Well, this is what I heard directly from Master Soren himself. As you surmise, Master Soren was stabbed by Gloomsbury on the day of the murder. It happened after the first wedding receptions. God!
Looks like that meme that was about to punch you.
The happy couple was in the reception hall when suddenly Gloomsbury appeared. He attacked Miss Ellen and tried to take her away. Master Soren went to stop him and found himself in a struggle with Gloomsbury. Very. That is when Master Soren was stabbed with the candelabra, he said.
It must have been a simple memory slip that made him misspeak. It happens to everyone. It has nothing to do with the case. You must be pretty desperate to point out something so minute.
I have to agree, Mr. Wright. You wouldn't need to make such a big deal over such a small mistake.
But I contend that it's an important inconsistency. Besides, I couldn't find anything else. This is the only thing I have to go after.
And I say it's not important. Now let's not waste any more time on this matter.
I agree. Everybody has a little memory lapse every now and then.
Hold it!
But, Your Honor, please let me explain.
But can you? Can you really explain to this court what makes the slip so important?
Yes, I can, Your Honor. After all, it was Soren himself who told Piers that he had been stabbed by the candelabra. This is more than a simple memory slip. There has to be some kind of reason for it.
Well, Mr. Wright, please explain why the witness slip of the tongue is so important.
The point to focus on here is why the witness would mistake the weapon used to stab him. I think carefully, Phoenix. This could very well change the course of the trial.
I see. So why did the witness make that mistake, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Sprocket identified the wrong weapon used against him because he has no memory of it. He doesn't remember the incident, let alone the weapon used against him. Not only that, but I believe Mr. Sprocket has some sort of memory disorder. Therefore, the defense contends that Mr. Sprocket's testimony thus far is invalid.
Objection!
Just because you can't find a flaw in his testimony, you want to throw it all out? Your baseless claim is nothing but pure slander on the witness's character.
Mr. Edgeworth is correct, right? Can you explain your grounds for making this claim?
Of course, Your Honor. Think of what Soren has said, how he's behaved, and that's where I find a clue.
Aha! I did not get smaller.
The sky is.
The sky's
and
what?
I do not appreciate.
The sky's falling.
I said it's getting angry.
Oh, that's cool then.
Angus, guys. I
Very
think that
well,
kicks
let's
him
see
enough
your
by
argument
saying
then.
My grounds for claiming that Mr. Sprocket has a memory disorder is kind of like me then.
that. His notebook.
Here's my notebook. Wow, I can relate to Mr. Sprocket then because I got a memory disorder. The notebook has always has with him. Also, daily events and information about the people around him recorded in it.
Like a diary, perhaps?
No, Your Honor, it's much too detailed to be an ordinary diary. It's more on the order of a database, actually.
A database, you say?
That's right. For some reason, Mr. Sprocket is apparently unable to retain memories. That's why he writes every little detail of his life down in his notebook.
How could you possibly know that for sure? He might just be an extremely compulsive person.
I thought so too myself at first. To be honest, we accidentally got a stain on that notebook yesterday. You mean you got that stain on it? Hey, you're the one who tried to grab it out my...
Never mind whose fault it was, just get to the point already.
Get on with it!
Get to the point! Right, sorry. Mr. Sprocket. The page Miss Faye got a stain on yesterday. That's the page with the detail of your stabbing on it, isn't it?
No, I only write this novel because it's very compulsive. Now drop the subject already.
Sorry, but I'm not convinced. I noticed an odd fact about your notebook, Mr. Sprocket. On the earlier pages, you used it to write down an invention ideas. But after a certain date, you started writing down a lot more and in much more detail. I believe your memory disorder stems from what happened on that date.
Something so unmensual it caused a memory disorder, Mr. Wright.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, but I do know what I'm talking about, and this is the proof. This is the thing that caused Mr. Sprocket's memory disorder.
Your badge.
You stop talking about the damn badge, Rose.
It's very important evidence.
You would never do well in court, Rose.
Shows the badge. Ah!
You were involved in this car accident too, weren't you, Mr. Sprocket? And the shock of losing your beloved old sister is what caused you to develop your memory disorder.
Is this true, Mr. Sprocket?
Well, is it?
Mr. Sprocket?
It's true. That actually did something to my mind.
What?
Ever since that day, every time I go to sleep, I lose my memories. A chain of them, you may will. And when I wake up, the most recent thing I can remember is the day I lost my sister.
And then there's cards on my bed.
And then all of a sudden, there's cards all over places that I've never thought I've been to before, but apparently I have. And I keep going to them every time.
Every time I go through my freaking
And
bedroom
then
door.
And then my in this notebook reminded me of my best friend, so it turned into my best friend. And then there was this dog, and then there was this. Actually, it was a cat. Really, it was this cat, and then there was this old lady. Keep calling me a fool.
Oh no.
And then there was this weird creature. It used to be black, but now it's like digital lines and shit. Anyways, I'm getting off track. It's as if I'm constantly going back in time.
What? That's truly tragic.
An inconsolable time traveler who goes back in time whenever he goes to sleep.
Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. We live in a society.
So that's what Soren meant. He was talking about himself.
The reactions of the people around me each time I awake make me aware of my condition. That's why I decided to write everything down in my notebook, so I could move forward.
So the only memories you have since that day are the ones written in that notebook?
That's right, but surprisingly, there's a note in here that I don't even remember. It says, thank Namine.
And since the page about your stabbing got stained, you couldn't read it. You couldn't read from it, could you? There's just one more thing I'd like you to clarify for me, Mr. Sprocket. Exactly what are your feelings towards the victim?
Mr. Sprocket's feeling towards dumbass Gloomsbury.
That's right, Your Honor. The witness said that every time he wakes up from sleep, his mind goes back to the day his sister died.
Mr. Wright, you can't mean.
Mr. Sprocket. Your pent-up feelings of anger and resentment towards Mr. Gloomsbury for the accident were renewed each and every time you woke, were they not?
I'm pretty sure this is a violation of HIPAA somewhere.
But you couldn't take it anywhere. But you couldn't take it anymore, so you turned to murder. Isn't that right?
It's not a violation of HIPAA if it's as long as it's not something that was actually revealed to Wright by a doctor that's looked after Sprocket.
It's not a
If it's
violation. If it isn't
information
hit with
he's
the
figured
kids.
out himself, it's completely legal.
And
It's still sharing private medical information.
Bad bull!
What? Mr. Wright, are you saying that the witness murdered Mr. Gloomsbury? For revenge?
Ugh.
Well, Mr. Sprocket,
Hi.
oh no, who's this?
Here he comes.
the wife.
You misgendered her, Rhino. Go and sit in the corner.
I was expecting someone else, honestly.
Reconfigure your damn brain, you bigot. Miss Wyatt. Your Honor, I did it. I killed Mr. Gloomsbury. No!
What?
Miss Wyatt, what are you trying to do? Don't tell me you're still thinking of going that route. Soren is innocent. He can't be found guilty. Take me instead. Ellen, please try and get a hold of yourself. Self, wealth, poverty. I guess she really meant it. My Soren didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who should be convicted.
Are we to understand that you're confessing your guilt?
Yeah, hey, Judge. Hey, Judge. The amount of freaking times people confess their guilt and they're not guilty. At this point, I think we should understand that when they keep doing this is not... They're not guilty.
Ellen, why would you cover for me? After I testified, I thought you must have killed him.
I admit, I couldn't believe my ears at first. But all I want is for you to be happy. Your happiness is my happiness, Soren.
But without my notebook, I'd even forget those feelings of yours by tomorrow. Knowing that you do still feel this way.
You loved me all this time. The same way you did before the accident. That's how I know that you're the same person I've always loved. No disorder can change that.
Ellen. Your Honor, there are two things I'd like to correct.
2 corrections? What are they?
First of all, I want to withdraw one of my statements.
In case you dumbasses can't remember.
That's right. Dumbass was killed by Ellen. Without memories to rely on, I took the police completely at their word.
You can't be serious.
So that means Soren never really doubted Ellen in the first place, did he, Nick? Ellen really does love Soren with all her heart. But in order to save her, I still have to go after Soren. Oh, I hope you can forgive me, Ellen.
And what is your other correction, Mr. Sprocket?
The truth is, I have never felt anger nor resentment towards Dumbass about my sister.
What? Why not?
That's because the one who caused the car accident was me.
What? What?
Order in this court! Please continue, Mr. Sprocket.
I'm the one who killed my sister. To protect my career and my future, my father made Dumbass take the blame in exchange for money and the position of lead servant. So you see, Dumbass must have held a grudge against me, not the other way around. And he must have attacked Ellen to get revenge on me.
Are you sure about all of this, Mr. Sprocket?
Very sure. It's all been written down in detail in my notebook.
That notebook is important evidence supplying background to this case. I must insist you submit it as evidence.
The lawyer said I had turned to murder, but that's just not true. However, it is true that my older sister and Dumbass was both dead because of me and my negligence.
I just glanced through Mr. Sprocket's note. I wasn't able to read the part about when he was stabbed due to the bloodstain. But what's written here about his sister's car accident is exactly as he stated.
Your Honor, as long as it matches what's written in that notebook, can we still take the witness's testimony as valid in spite of his memory disorder?
Yes, I believe we can.
I understand now that the witness's memories is in disarray. But what if Mr. Sprocket himself wrote in this notebook is true? Then that means by the time Mr. Sprocket's party reached the scene, the victim had already been killed.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Edgeworth's right. Still in the same bind as before. Should I really simply accept the contents of the notebook? It's a subtle for substitute for Soren's memory.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Will you accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook as an official representation of his memory? Especially the fake nominee.
No. Wait a minute, Your Honor. The defense requests a chance to examine a notebook to see if it's trustworthy.
Very well, but be quick about it.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, how should we examine it? Well, we should look at it from all different angles to see if there's anything suspicious. There's no point if I don't look at what's inside. I have to open it. With your permission, Soren, here I go. Oh, it's all blurry. Yikes! Oh, it's just the page my eye got all stained. But I guess it's not going to be very helpful at this moment. I'll keep going. This is the last page. What? This is the last page where there's writing. Something about this page doesn't sit right with me.
Maybe because it's only half
look.
there.
Why do you need to take a closer look? There's a fucking ripped page right there, Phoenix. You gone blind? Huh? Perhaps you need to wear those glasses that Edgeworth keeps carrying around. The page has been torn out. And it looks like there's something written on it. It looks like a page has been torn out here. Mr. Sprocket, do you know what was written on it?
Oh, that? I often tear out a page when I write somebody a note. I probably wrote something down for somebody, tore it out, and gave it to them.
In 3 folds, no less.
Murder! Oh, yeah.
That solves that then.
Wait a minute. We can't ignore the possibility that something important was written on that page.
But now that page has been torn out. How can we determine what was written on there?
Well,
Detective Sky?
let's see. To find out what was written in the notebook, we should
Definitely not heated up with the
Fingerprint
lights.
powder.
hold it up to the light. If we use the fingerprint powder on the notebook, we might be able to see what was written.
Fingerprint powder? How would that help us find out what was written there?
Well, if the writing left indentations on the blank page behind it, fingerprint powder could make those small indentations visible to the naked eye.
Oh, stop. Fingerprint powder would only sully the notebook further.
Mr. Wright, if you use the powder and still don't find anything, now you must accept the notebook as representation of the witness's memories.
Alright, Your Honor, I understand. If I don't find anything, it's all over anyway. Powder, don't fail me now. I will now use fingerprint powder on the blank page
He just casually fucking has that.
to find out what we could see what was written on the torn out page. So I'll apply some fingerprint powder to the these pages. Okay. When I dust the one enough powder, I use blow to blow the excess powder away. Something should appear. Yeah, I don't know why you need to tell me this again, honestly.
In case you forgot.
Yeah, right.
Just
because
in case you somehow forget.
this whole thing is about memory disorders.
You gotta fix your chain of memories.
Oh, hello.
You can scroll. You can move the.
Oh right, yeah. Doomus. Doomus.
Shit.
What, Rose?
Dumbass took a shit.
Doomus took Ellen to the Vista deck. There has to be more. No? Okay.
Lower.
Must be some here then, at least. I struck and
Killed.
killed Dumas. So is that it?
What about the middle there?
I'm gonna-
That looks awfully empty.
No.
That's weird
I-
that there's nothing there. That
Okay
bothers
then,
me.
guess that's it.
I think that's a I think someone else wrote that part.
Yeah,
Oh.
because look, yeah, he writes all this like that.
He
and yet
writes
he
in
does
cursive.
this.
Then
because
it's just plain
that
print.
top one would that top part would be Soren's writing. The bottom
D-
one
yeah,
would be
yeah.
a
D-
third
Oh,
party.
yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's a bit of a different way of.
It's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, look how he says Dumas. Look, he does it
Look
all
at
in
the D.
that, and then
The lowercase d.
yeah, and it does a massive S too along with it. Don't know what I'm meant to be analyzing, but
Just confirm it.
it says I struck and killed Dumas. This is huge. I struck and killed Dumas. That's what was written on the torn out page.
What?
It can't be.
I don't believe it. There has to be some kind of mistake. Sora would never, could never. Nope.
Not surprised.
Miss Wyatt.
Bailiff, please get the defendant to the infirmary at once. Apparently, the defendant's got too worked up. She's resting in the infirmary as we speak. Now then, please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. This notebook is all Mr. Sprocket has to remember things by. With this critical page torn out, not even Mr. Sprocket himself knew the truth of what he'd done.
I'm the one? Killed dumbass? So it wasn't Ellen. Oh, thank goodness.
Mr. Sprocket, does this mean you were at the crime scene during the murder after all?
I guess I must have been.
But, Mr. Sprocket, can we really believe what's written in this notebook?
Nobody touches the notebook but me. So when I sleep, it's under the lock and key. I don't remember right that I killed dumbass, but I guess I must have.
Well, now that we have a confession,
Why would it be torn out then?
I'm afraid I must render my verdict.
Of all the
Yes, Your Honor. Please give your ruling now while Ellen is asleep. I want the woman allowed to be set free as soon as possible.
Sora really does love Ellen after all, doesn't he? Yeah. So this is how it ends. But is it that how it really went down? Is there really no way of them to both be happy?
I know we should consider anything written in the notebook to be the truth, but still.
I myself wrote on the crime in my notebook. No further proof is necessary.
Soren himself wrote it in his notebook? Wait a minute.
Very well. I will now give my verdict.
Ellen is about to be found not guilty and Soren will be convicted for the crime instead. And yet, am I really ready for the judge to give his ruling?
No?
No.
Because you're completely missing the
No.
other fucking thing that's written on that
Not when
page.
there's one more avenue left to explore.
This court's fine, Lieutenant.
Hold it, your boldness! Your Honor, there's still something that bothers me about the notebook.
No, is there?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? All you have to do is keep quiet and your client's a free woman.
I know, but I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. I'm not quite sure yet, but I still think there might be a way. A way for Ellen and Soren to be happy.
What do you mean by more than meets the eye, Mr. Wright?
I believe the question here, Your Honor, should be, why was their incriminating page torn out in the first place?
Thank you for pointing
Why, to destroy
the
the
obvious.
evidence, I would imagine.
But removing it from the notebook is the same as removing it from Mr. Sprocket's memory, which means he wouldn't have been able to trick the police if he came under suspicion. No. If he wanted to cover up his crime, he would have to remember that he had done it.
Just what are you getting at with this line of inquiry, Mr. Wright?
Yes, please explain it so that we can all understand.
Yes, Your Honor. The page was torn out of the notebook because...
Somebody else.
Somebody!
Speaking of that, Shrek 5 is a thing, Rose. Coming out in 2026.
Cannot. No.
Sorry, Rose. But it's going to have Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy.
They're getting old.
But Rose,
Let them retire.
you're getting old.
I am.
And you're not
I'll be right
retired.
back. My
I
computer
need to
wants an
retire.
update, and it's gonna annoy me. Fucking looking.
Uh...
I'm just gonna restart. my-
Yes, Boo! Hurry up! Somebody else tore it out. The incriminating page was torn out by somebody else.
What?
Rubble, rubble. Rubble, rubble, rubble.
Most unorthodox.
Order! Are you claiming a third person interfered with the notebook?
It's not all that surprising if you consider what's happened up until now. After both the car accident and the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury, there was always a cover-up not far behind.
But I had my notebook with me the whole time.
Did you? Because Because I remember you were in a panic yesterday because you couldn't find it.
That's true.
So who orchestrated this particular cover-up, Mr. Wright?
If we think back of the course of the trial, it's pretty easy to guess. One who may have tried to tamper with Soren's memories is...
I'll be your guide.
No, Rose, he's not here!
He is here.
No,
He
no,
is somewhere.
bullshit, Rose.
He is
Shut up,
somewhere.
Rose.
The bastard.
Stop blaming this kid that lives across the whole entire ocean.
He crossed that ocean.
Shut up,
he
Rose.
swam. He did a frog paddle.
The
You
one
guys know he
who
did a
tampered-
doggy paddle along with his dog.
Rose, he's not
He
Godzilla.
paddled
Calm
with the
down.
dog.
The
Yeah,
one-
he was on his way. He
the
was
one
like,
who
"I'll be your guide through the ocean, and then I'll guide myself to this wedding, and then kill somebody, stab him, forge some evidence, and then guide my way back to my country, so no one will be none the wiser."
Rose, you acting like he's saying or... The one who tampered with the notebook in order to manipulate Mr. Sprocket's memory is Pierce Nicody.
Oh, persnickety. That's the name. It's persnickety.
Persnickety.
Yeah, that's the word. It means being fuzzy about details.
Oh my god. Well, we're still gonna name him as we've been naming him.
Yeah.
It's you, Rose.
Pierce tried to tamper with my memories. Cheated memories. No, he was manipulating me.
It's Marlush all along. Comes out with pink hair.
His hair was pink that one time.
Case in point, the 2 receptions that were held to cover up the murder.
Why are there 2 9s over my head? Why are there 2?
And who's that blonde chick that keeps being a dick? It was
flower petals everywhere.
It was Mr. Cody who directed the guests and orchestrated the entire scheme.
Oh, they got me. Which of my memories are mine and which have been rewritten? Someone fix my chain of memories. When did he start rewriting my memories? Who wrote this? And this? And this? And this? And this? And this? And this?
What the fuck? Oh, okay. I didn't know that actually was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He literally took off.
Ah!
What?
Well, now we know how he managed to get to the... How he actually managed to get to the Vista.
Look, Nick. He's going back down. Came down like silver.
Memory. Helen.
Mr. Sprocket!
Bailiff, please get Mr. Sprocket to the infirmary on the double.
Great. So that's both the groom and the whatever. The bride is in the damn fucking infirmary.
Mr. Sprocket has been taken to the infirmary. We don't have to worry about him running away, so let's just resume where we left off.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call Pierce Nicody to the stand.
We already know he carried out the cover-up to protect the company and Mr. Sprocket. What more do you want from him?
This time it's different. The notebook, or rather Mr. Sprocket's memories, have been tampered with. That means the only person who knows the whole truth is now Mr. Nicody.
Don't tell me. Are you actually trying to drum up a 3rd suspect in order to exonerate the defendant and her groom?
I'm not drumming up anything, nor do I have grounds to accuse him of anything yet. All I know is that Mr. Nicody is the only one who knows the truth. And I think he's still hiding something. Something we don't know about yet.
No grounds yet, is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution consent to calling the witness to the stand?
It does, Your Honor. However, I would like a little time to talk with the witness before we do.
Very well. We'll break for a 20-minute recess.
No, he won't, you asshole.
Well, see you on 20 minutes.
Imagine how we would do recesses. We actually do take them back, so we do take them literally.
I mean, I would fucking take it because I would need my voice to rest.
Oh, man. How short is part 2? Because I would like to get this done. Because we're almost at 20 sessions.
I think tomorrow is actually likely to be the last part. I'm pretty sure that the next one is going to be the last part.
Okay. Okay.
See y'all in 20 minutes. See.
Oh, should we carry it on or should we stop?
I mean, like I said, I don't mind carrying on. It's just like I said, I just need to give my voice box a moment of rest. I have been doing 2 different voices. There's a whole bunch of screeching in my throat. It's like, ugh.
I'll be heading off anyway because I've got work.
You know how this ends anyway, don't you?
I do.
There you go then. Spoiled sport. Well,
My throat hurts.
I mean, we do Luigi's Mansion 2 tomorrow anyway, so I guess we could get this done with.
All right, I'll leave you guys to finish up and see you guys for Luigi's Mansion 2.
Alrighty then. See you tomorrow then, Rhino.
Take care.
Right. Goodbye.
Be nice to him, chat. Except for you, Rocky.
It's just Rocky and Helios. I mean, no one else shows, so I don't think anyone else is here.
There's probably lurkers.
Yeah.
I'm big again.
You're what?
I'm big again.
Yeah, you are. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You take up the word guest.
Yeah. Can you guess what's behind me?
Est.
Would you like to borrow my rod?
No, Rose, you take that shit away.
Something's biting.
Oh, dear. Rocky, why are you bapping? Rose, you need to get your ledgers and see if thieves going.
Nah.
You've been lacking.
Someday.
You're too busy being famous. What?
Too busy being famous. That's hilarious.
I saw your shrine, Rose. Don't you dare say otherwise.
What shrine?
I don't know. It's some bunny girl.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought someone made a shrine of me, and I'm like, who?
I'm like, wow, Rose is far gone. What have they done? As Axel once said, you let them reduce you to this?
No one would even miss me. Anywhoosies, I think my
Is your voice box back?
it feels a bit better.
Yeah, as soon as we get back in. Ah!
Shit, it didn't help that I was singing this entire morning.
Oh, you were singing?
Yes,
Why?
I sing.
What are you doing, a musical now?
Actually, I was doing a parody.
Oh.
It was something I started a long ass time ago,
Mr. Rose.
and I never finished the lyrics. And I was like, "Oh, dang, I gotta finish that." And then you called me. Like, oh, I'm gonna put that on hold. Then.
Move the table down with better.
Hey, I worked hard for this table to stand on it.
You were nothing.
Ah. Like,
Alrighty. You know what? This freaking overlay took ages to make. Yeah, it may look. No, not that. This whole overlay, like, good God.
Oh.
Okay, right.
I also spent the entire morning on. I was touching grass. Could you believe it?
Rose,
Me touching grass.
you took a picture outside your door, and all I can see is dirt.
Because my ass still in the dirt.
That's why all your fucking bodies are being buried. Rose, how many people you killed? Too many. Now we have to face Pierce on the stand. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. One thing's for sure, he won't be an easy adversary. So, do you think Pierce did it? Well, it's too early to say anything at this point. But I do think he's still hiding something.
Nick! God, coming out swinging. Why didn't you pin everything on Soren's loser back there?
Oh, looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen.
If this Pierce guy is really the bad guy, then Soren is my Ellie. We'll live happily ever after together!
Larry, that's not the kind of thing a decent human being says. Shame on you, Larry!
Gag going on for him.
Huh?
I forgot I had that gag going for him. I just recently remembered that, like, when he's not doing that face, he's calm and he has like a voice.
He has like a confident sort of voice.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, boo! You think I didn't know? I know I have to give up on my Ellie. But Nick, promise you'll make her happy. She deserves a happy ever after.
I'm sure Soren will make her happy once all of this is said and done.
The trial is about to resume, Mr. Wright.
It's an old granny with a tray. Alright, you ready? So it's a granny with a trolley of candies. Anything for the trolley, dears?
You taking a trolley, dear?
We take that a lot.
Or you're getting a good bapping, you will.
Alright, you ready, Maya? Yeah, let's go.
I'll be rooting for you, Nick.
Oh boy.
This court is back in session. Witness, please take the stand. Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Pierce Nicotine. I am the Sprocket family butler.
Let's get straight to the point, Mr. Cody. Someone tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. And that person was you, wasn't it?
That's correct. What about it?
Well, that was easy. So why did you do it? Why did you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook?
Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I will tell you the truth.
It pains you?
That is correct. For my testimony will go against Master Soren's wishes.
Soren's wishes? What is he talking about? Oh dear. Where's that Timby?
I rushed to the vista, but the crime had already been committed. I saw Miss Ellen and Bloomsbury collapsed and Master Soren writing in his notebook. Master Soren said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen. But I went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body. Wait, so you hid the body too?
Wait a second. Well, Mr. Sprocket was writing in his notebook at the time. Could it be... It was meant to be a confession. An admission he killed Bloomsbury himself. He wrote that message to take the blame for Miss Wyatt?
That is correct. Master Soren did hit Bloomsbury with the timekeeper to save Miss Ellen.
Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all.
However, that blow did not kill Bloomsbury.
That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it.
Enraged, Bloomsbury tried to attack Master Soren, who was already seriously wounded. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
But just in the nick of time, Miss Ellen hit Bloomsbury from behind. And finished him off, it would seem.
So, the one who inflicted the fatal blow was the defendant?
Yes, that is correct. But Master Soren tried to take all the blame onto himself.
No way! This is pretty bad, Nick. No kidding. Pretty bad is an understatement.
Who's bad?
Well, Mr. Wright. It seems your decision to call for Mr. Nakodi has backfired. Put a third well in there, you would have been called a racist, Mr. Edward. Because now that's claimed as it. But the true culprit behind this case remains the defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt. Could this get any worse? Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot, and I bet he still has something to hide.
Oh.
Okay, let's see.
Vista Way.
Hmm?
Vista Way.
Okay, well, I want to press him on that. Mr. Cody, could you tell this court about that in more detail?
That, you say? Which part do you mean, Mr. Wright? Could you be more specific?
Oh, alright. What part do I want to know more about?
Well, hiding the body, sure, but...
Yeah, hiding the body. Please tell me more about the hiding of the body.
Very well. After saying he would take the blame, Master Soren passed out. That's when I hid the body. I quickly took the lift down to the hole, where I hid Bloomsbury's still one body and the spare Peggle ladder. A Peggable, sorry.
So it was you who hit the body, not the defendant?
To think Mr. Butts would have moved the lantern containing the body to the reception hall. Well, I did not see that coming.
I don't blame you. Not even Larry can predict what Larry would do next.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Using the hard R. Maybe I should take another look at the lantern in evidence.
Mr. Wright, would you like that statement added to the witness testimony?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Very well. Please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Nicotine.
Nicotine.
Peggable.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there is something.
Objection!
Could it be? Is that what happened? If what I'm thinking is true, then maybe I can prove neither Ellen nor Soren did the deed. Mr. Cody, you said the body was still warm when you hit it, correct? So then, what if Mr. Gloomsbury was still alive when you went to put his body inside the lantern? That's preposterous. Actually, this shows the victim might have been alive where inside the lantern.
I'm afraid you have to point out which part you're talking about, Mr. Wright.
This part here shows the victim might have been alive inside the lantern. Where that would be the wheel handle. As you can see, the back of the end of the lantern is a door. And there's blood here on the wheel handle. That blood stain must have gotten there when the witness put the body inside the lantern. It, in no way, shows that the victim drew his last breath while he was within the lantern. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. But you see, in putting this lantern back together, the police inadvertently placed the inside handle on the outside and vice versa. In other words, the wheel handles got swapped.
Oh my! They got swapped.
Yes, they got swapped.
They got swapped.
Yes, Your Honor, they got swapped.
They got swapped.
Fucking lightning every time. Yes, they got swapped. What?
You're Peter. Yes, I'm Peter. Peter Manning. You're Peter. Peter. Yes, Peter. You're Peter. Yes, Peter Manning.
He's
You're
my brother. What? That's ridiculous. Yeah, sir, they said that. Not at all. Not at all. If you compare the other male peggable lantern in the reception hall, it's quite obvious that the wheel handles were attached backwards. The detective in charge of the restoration will see me in my office later.
Detective Sky!
Sorry, Emma. And good luck.
In that case, what does the bloodstain on the whole wheel handle mean?
The bloodstain didn't get there by chance. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only unconscious, not dead. When
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. When he
I feel happy.
when he regained,
I feel fine.
when he regained consciousness, he probably tried to get out of the lantern, but he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got on it. This proves that the victim was still alive when he was inside the lantern.
At the time, I was completely convinced Gloomsbury was dead. Had I checked him carefully, he might have survived.
Unfortunate to be sure, but not significant enough to change this trial's outcome. Again, I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. It actually has a very significant impact on this case. The victim was struck by the defendant, then died from his injuries some time later. There's nothing more to it.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. Let's take another look at Mr. Gloomsbury autopsy report, shall we?
Oh no, not the autopsy report.
Please focus on the description of his injuries. It says one contusion.
One contusion.
No, one contusion was found on the back of the head and on one on the side. Yes, the one Mr. Sprocket gave him and the one Miss White delivered to finish him off. No, the defense would like to submit a different interpretation.
A different interpretation?
The victim was knocked unconscious.
A different interpretation. A different interpretation. A different interpretation. A different interpretation.
Yes, that's what I said. The victim was knocked unconscious by the first blow and was then put into the lantern.
What about the lethal blow by the defendant that the witness talk about?
Yes, well, that didn't happen. After some time, when the victim regained consciousness and tried to get back out of the lantern, that's when he received the second blow that finished him off.
Taking into account the fact that the victim was alive for a period after the first hit, and that he did receive a second blow to the head, it does seem entirely possible.
Yes, as the first blow didn't kill the victim instantly. Then there's a possibility that someone other than Mr. Sprocket or Miss Wyatt delivered the fatal blow.
Objection!
That's all you've got. Even if there's a time lag between the two blows. The prosecution's position doesn't change. What? What do you mean? It's elementary, Mr. Wright. After the reception, when the defendant was cleaning up the reception hall, the victim, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly came out of the lantern. The defendant grabbed the murder weapon, and which was right there, and finished him off.
That theory sounds awfully familiar.
Of course it does, Your Honor, because it's exactly what I proposed at the very start. The second blow was inflicted by the defendant after all.
I see. It seems a tangle of mysteries that has unraveled into a single thread. Objection!
But as long as there's possibility that the fatal blow was delivered by the third person, then it must have... Then we must continue the deliberations.
Roar, I'm back.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, for some reason, it just kind of soft locked the update while it was updating.
Give it up, Mr. Wright. Unless you have something to prove the presence of your precious third person. Okay, Nick, just relax. You can do this. Come on now, take some deep breaths. Good idea. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. There, don't you feel better already? I was right. I should calm down. Get my focus back and go over everything again. Then hopefully I'll be able to find something to prove that there was a third party. Let's see, first, why did Gloomsbury attack Ellen? Because he was tired of taking the blame for the accident? That's something about that line of reason, it just doesn't feel quite right to me. No? How come? Well, if it's just a personal vendetta, he had already been stabbed, he already stabbed Soren. So why, then, was he so determined to go after Ellen? Oh, you're right. This whole thing feels too premeditated for a crime of passion. But Gloomsbury didn't seem to have a personal grudge against Ellen. If Gloomsbury didn't have a personal reason to attack Ellen, then... You've taken long enough, Mr. Wright. Now it's time for some action. What proof do you have that a third person was involved? Alright, I'll show you. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing yet, but it looks like I'm out of time. This piece of evidence proves that involvement of the third person.
Dog here from a little puppy.
Rose, shut up. This. I get it now. Now I see why this note bothered me so much when I first saw it. It looks like a note outlining the murder plot. That note was apparently written by the victim. Oh, why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Your Honor, please take a look at this note.
This is the victim's murder plan, right?
It's definitely a murder plan. But what if Mr. Gloomsbury didn't write this note himself?
What?
This is how you intend to conjure up mysterious third party, Mr. Wright. Can you even prove that note wasn't written by the victim? Yes, I can.
Very well then, please present your evidence, Mr. Wright.
This evidence proves that the victim didn't write the note.
Someone guided that note.
His notebook. Because in Soren's notebook, he said that.
Yeah. You were wrong, Timby. You were just chatting up a storm as soon as I present the other evidence. You went all silent.
That's why it bothered me. Didn't even listen to me.
What?
It wasn't.
You was gonna give me a goddamn penalty! Love you though.
No. You're mean.
Oh well, I'm gonna get bapping from Timber now. This is the weapon for Mr. Gloomsbury used to stab Mr. Sprocket. I was wondering what you pulled that out. I was wondering what you pulled out this time. Dare I ask what could possibly have to do with the note? Mr. Gloomsbury prints were found on this candelabra, and the prints were found were from his left hand.
So that makes the victim left-handed, correct?
Exactly, Your Honor. The police looked into it. Police looked into it too and confirmed as much. Now, take a look at the smudge written in this note. Notice how the smudging only starts from the middle of each preceding line? Had this been written by a lefty, the writing would be smudged from the far left end. This means that whoever wrote this note was definitely right-handed. In other words, somebody other than the victim wrote this note.
What? But if someone other than Mr. Gloomsbury wrote it, then what does this note mean?
Mr. Gloomsbury followed this note to the letter then when he attacked Miss Wyatt. So clearly this note isn't a murder plan written by Mr. Gloomsbury, but rather these were instructions to kill Miss Wyatt and issued by somebody else.
Doom and gloom.
If it wasn't the victim who wrote those so-called instructions, then who wrote it? Most of the people involved are right-handed, you know.
Yes, correct. The majority of the family and the employees who are on the airship are indeed right-handed. I must say, that is a very rough and slipshod conjecture you proposed.
Oh, I admit I haven't figured out who wrote it just yet. Leave it to Mr. Edgeworth to go for the juggler. This culprit who ordered Mr. Gloomsbury to attack Ellen. You know what? Can we just go and point the finger? Fuck it.
Yeah, you're right. We ought to point the finger.
What could their motive have been?
No need of motive. We just gotta point the finger.
Just point.
It doesn't seem very likely Ellen did anything to incur anybody's wrath, right?
Unless some sort of guide was needed.
No, Rose, shut
We're pointing
up about
fingers,
this
aren't we?
damn...
We gotta point the finger.
The characters who are in this damn case, you
We
idiot.
gotta.
Right, we're not too likely. Anyway, in that case, it has to be about Soren. If somebody were to hold a grudge against Soren, what would it be about?
Hire a guide. The accident was not an accident. Someone
Rose,
guided
I'm
that
gonna put you into the shadow realm if you keep this up.
Someone guided that vehicle to the accident.
Rose! Don't make me get Andy to bow you a baseball bat and you end up in the shadow realm.
Eventually, it's all gonna come to light. The bastard!
That accident, I guess. I could understand if
And
Gloomsbury
he's
felt
just gonna, like,
resentful about having
Put
to take the
tape on
blame.
his cardboard box and just yeet him into the shadow realm.
No!
Box and everything. Just into the void.
But the one who lost the most of the accident was Soren's sister. She lost her life after all. Soren suffered too, of course. He was crushed by losing somebody so precious to him. Somebody precious, huh? Soren's sister. Wait, there's one more person. There's someone else who must have had a hold of grudge against Soren. Did you figure something out? I think so. I think there's somebody else who used Gloomsbury to try and get revenge against Soren.
Did you say somebody tried to get revenge against Mr. Sprocket, Mr. Wright?
The person who manipulated and used Mr. Gloomsbury was...
Beyonce. His sister's Beyonce.
The person who used Mr. Gloomsbury to try and get revenge on Mr. Sprocket and then finished Mr. Gloomsbury off to silence him was a man dear to Mr. Sprocket's older sister, Selena Sprocket's fiancée. Not that I'm not positive, but it's certainly possible. This fiancée could have been the
I'm
could have made
lying out my
Gloomsbury attack
ass, but
Ellen
I'm
to
hoping
get
it
his
works.
revenge on the Soren. What?
Fiancé?
Oh, Davy made it terrible. Stand total adversities.
Order in the court, order I say.
I hear the man. Order.
Yes, it does seem quite believable that Miss Selena Sprocket's fiancé would bear a grudge against Mr. Sprocket for his role in the accident.
Exactly, Your Honor. Maybe her fiancé was trying to murder Miss Wyatt in order to make Mr. Sprocket experience the same pain he'd felt. Miss Sprocket's fiancé was a surgeon, if memory serves, but the only person who attended the reception were family and staff members. That may be, but then that just means that Miss Sprocket's fiancé must have been among those who attended. What? Really? Of course. Otherwise, he could have... How could he have killed Gloomsbury? Oh, I see what you're doing. This is just another giant bluff, isn't it? Alright, I'll bite. Who exactly do you claim this fiancé to be?
Yes, I would like to know as well.
Are you sure
Maybe
you're
the
going to
one
be okay,
with the
Nick?
pocket watch.
Maybe. When it comes to suspicious people, there's only one person on the list. I need to find something that connects him to Selena.
Yeah, the only suspicious person.
This will help us identify Miss Sprocket's fiancé.
My badge.
Rose, I swear to God. Please take a look at this photo, Your Honor.
That photo.
Notice Miss Sprocket's pocket watch? Haven't we seen it somewhere before?
Yes, now that you mention it, I do feel as if I've seen it somewhere before.
I believe we've all seen it right here in this very courtroom. Oh, impossible. That's right, the pocket watch in this photo. Is the same pocket watch Mr. Cody has on him right now. This is clear proof of a strong connection between Pierce Nicody and Selena Sprocket. No.
Well, Mr. Nicody, is this true?
Mr. Nicody, you were once engaged to Selena Sprocket. That pocket watch, you keep it as a memento of her, don't you? Mr. Nicody, you plan to rob Miss Sprocket of his loved one to make him feel the same pain as you. Isn't that right? Well, Mr. Sprocket managed to fight back and knocked Mr. Gloomsbury unconscious. You thought Mr. Gloomsbury was dead and hid his body in the lantern. Well, he's quiet now, isn't he? But then you noticed Mr. Gloomsbury regained consciousness. And so you finished him off to prevent your plan from being exposed. This is the defense take on what really happened in this murder case. Right?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you wish to officially accuse this witness of the murder of Dumas Bloomsbury?
Yeah, boy. Accused a bit.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Is it maybe because of the heat?
That too, I guess. Suppose.
I mean, the heat can do that. The defense indicts Pierce Morgan. Wow, I was about to say Pierce Morgan. Pierce Nicody on the charge of murdering Dumas Gloomsbury.
Oh, I get the reference of a person.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Teehee?
Rose caught on with the name.
Yeah.
Dumbass, yeah.
And how long have I been invested in this case?
How long have you missed?
The last stream.
You missed a lot because you're being a bull.
Excuse me?
Love you.
Damn it.
Mr. Nicody, would you care to respond? Man, this lawyer just yaps on and on. As you guessed, this watch is a memento of Selena. It stopped working at the time of the accident, though.
Then you really are?
Yeah. I was Selena's fiance, and not just her fiance, but the surgeon beside her death.
Objection!
But Mr. Nicody, why didn't you tell me any of this before?
Shut it, you useless prosecutor.
Oh my god.
I thought you could be of use. Apparently, the case was too much for you.
What did you say?
If your office hadn't stuck its nose all up in this, I could have swept it all to the rug. Not only did you deal with the case, but you even let me fall under suspicion.
That's because you kept trying to cover things up on the sly.
Ugh.
Well, covering things up wasn't your only involvement. The only person who had a motive to use the victim to try and kill Miss Wyatt was you. Oh, no, what's going to happen with this thing?
Oh no, it's COVID.
Oh no!
It's a mad doctor.
He's turned into Rick Dolphin.
Malignant tumors. There are malignant tumors in his courtroom. Lesions oozing with false charges.
You hear that, damn shit?
Where'd the other hand come from?
You see
The
that?
tumors are one idiotic lawyer and one useless prosecutor.
You see the fucking egg?
As the truth is revealed, I'll have both of you incised from the legal world.
I like to see you try.
With the power of the Sprocket family, it'd be a sin. I will now begin the operation.
Wonder what happened to Mr. Nakodi. Looks like he's finally shown his true colours. Nick, look what he did to that shoulder mech.
Quit your yapping before I shoot your chatty lips shut.
It's like
Okay,
he's completely
psychopath.
It's like he's a completely different person. Sure looks like it, huh? We can't let our guards down now. Mr. Nakodi, it's finally time for you to testify to the truth.
It seems we're entering the final act at last.
How about throw him in jail now? I mean, he's acting like a crazy nutcase.
And the patient skeleton was never found ever again.
Well, yeah,
It's
he
your
might
testimony, please.
as well have just said, "Yeah, I killed the bastard. What are you gonna do about it?"
That's how I lost my medical license.
Right to remain silent. You for real?
Oh yes, very convincing
Oh,
testimony.
great fucking testimony that was. Mr. Nakodi, why didn't you say anything? Oh no, it takes photography. Ah! He just took a picture of me. Or something. What the fuck? Oh,
Damn,
look at
spiky
that.
ears.
Wow, he's got a spiky
It's
skull.
gummed.
It's not his hair; it's his skull. Confirmed.
Hoping that would make a slip as a tongue. Not a very impressive plan for a brain, I might add.
Ow, that was uncalled for. Well, please do one of Edgeworth. Please do one for the fucking judge, and apparently he has hair. It's like
If
invisible
you want to
hair.
know something, you ask the question.
Not only is the hair, it's like a fucking afro.
Tope.
It's
I will
like
answer,
secretly
but I
an
have
afro.
no intentions of making any voluntary statements of my own.
What's he trying to do, Nick? He's using the silent treatment as his strategy to avoid getting tripped up. Clever guy. No
Wuss.
more lies, Mr. Nakodi. You will tell us nothing but the truth from now on. Oh, God. Oh! What do you think you're doing? Little goddess. What the fuck?
Jesus.
It is
Just
part of his
torso.
chest. No one asks you to repeat. Just keep
Play
quiet
with
over
your
there
frills.
and play with your frills.
How dare you?
Well, this is a rather unconventional situation, but please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Bro, I want to see you take a picture of the judge.
He'll have his like beard.
He has no head. What am I going to testify with this?
He'll press on every dot, I suppose.
Bones, I can't do this. Oh,
You gotta.
if he won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I have to ask him something. What question should I ask?
I'd say either the grudge or the action of the day.
Let's see with this one. You've been nursing a grudge against Mr. Sprocket over the loss of your fiancée. Isn't that correct? Isn't that right?
I'd be lying if I said I felt no resentment whatsoever.
So, yes.
But the Master Soren didn't cause that accident on purpose. Master Soren himself has suffered greatly.
But you quit being a surgeon and found a way to get even closer to Mr. Sprocket. Wasn't that so you could carry out your revenge on him?
Don't insult me. Supporting Master Soren, Sprocket Aviation was my life's work. It's my penance for not being able to save Selena. This is how I honor her.
I feel your devotion as both a fiancé and a surgeon. Your statement breaks my heart.
I've never thought of exacting revenge on Master Soren.
Never thought of it, huh? I guess I should probably take that with a pound of salt.
Mr. Wright would like that statement added to the witness testimony.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because there's no other testimony.
Yes, yes, please, Your Honor. I had to find an opening somehow. No. So you have no thoughts of vengeance towards Mr. Sprocket whatsoever?
Of course not.
And now he's feeling it
Selena
again.
wouldn't have wanted that. I've thrown my whole life away and lived solely for the sake of the Sprocket family. That is how I show my love for her.
Alrighty then. Well, one thing's for sure. Pierce gets really emotional when it comes to Selena. No kidding. I'm not sure how he feels about Soren, but his love for Selena's pretty obvious. Okay. If he won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I could have asked him something.
Wait, Shalom.
Isn't it true that when Mr. Gloomsbury regained consciousness inside the lantern, you murdered him in order to silence him?
He was an excellent employee and very loyal. Gloomsbury was my right hand. I'd suffer the most from losing. To really think I'd kill a guy like that?
Yes.
That would make sense only if you were innocent. But since your goal was revenge, you don't really have to care about something like that.
But I am innocent, I tell you.
Yeah.
Both sides of voice your conjectures.
And your
Anthony.
eyes speak louder than words that you're not.
Guess that without decisive evidence, I can't pursue this line of questioning any further.
Mr. Wright would like that statement added to the witness's testimony.
Yes, please, Your Honor. Every little bit I could drag out of him helps, right? Guess we're gonna have to get everything out. If you won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I have to. Let's do this one. On the day of the incident, you were constantly surrounded by your subordinates. Is that right?
Absolutely. I was in someone's line of sight the whole time. After all, I was busy taking care of every detail of the event. Mr. Edgeworth, I believe your investigation backs up my claim.
Got statements that said groups of his subordinates worked with him in rotation. So he was always with someone.
As the prosecutor just said, I couldn't even get close to the lantern containing Gloomsbury by myself. Let alone kill him.
This doesn't have a chance to get close to the victim alone, huh?
Mr. Wright would like to add that statement added to the witness's testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to have the statement added to his testimony.
So he actually has a testimony?
Very well.
Okay, now we got a testimony. Okay. I was always in the company of others that didn't have the opportunity to murder Bloomsbury.
Nonsense. You weren't on the night of the murder. What were you looking at?
That? He was right next to the fucking lantern, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
he is.
nobody else around him?
In the fog as well.
Yes. The eerie fog.
Mr. Nicody testifies that he was always with someone at the time of the incident and never had a moment alone to commit the crime.
Yes, and the police investigation backs that statement up, doesn't it?
But there was an opportunity. In fact, one and only one. A moment when Mr. Nicody could have killed Mr. Bloomsbury without anyone noticing.
What?
And the one thing that made that moment possible is shown here in this photograph.
If it's also people watching, I couldn't have possibly committed murder.
They weren't watching.
Do not believe him, Your Honor. This lawyer is a malignant tumor.
Malignant?
I know this.
Listen to Cody, I would ask you that you keep quiet this time. You need to evaluate the defense's claims. And your yammering only serves to throw further suspicion your way.
Please shut the fuck up.
Mr.
I want to hear
Wright,
this.
let's see this one thing you mentioned. I'll be warned. This had better not be one of your offhanded claims. Who do you think you're talking to, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well,
Somebody
Mr.
that
Wright.
knows you all too well,
Let's
Phoenix.
entertain this. Please put to us the one thing that made the moment of the murder possible.
That one moment when it was possible for Mr. Nicody to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. The one thing that made that one single moment possible is this.
Is it fog?
Thanks, Mr. Nicody, you told me. The one thing that made the moment of the murder possible is this thick mood fog that engulfed the entire reception hall. It is under the cover of this fog that Mr. Nicody murdered the victim.
What?
Yeah, why else is he looking away? Mr. Nicody was standing right next to the lantern that Mr. Gloomsbury was in. This was the only moment that the murder could have been committed without being seen. I can accept that there was a moment when the witness was obscured from others by fog. But that doesn't prove Mr. Nicody killed the victim at that very moment. If you can't prove the crime was committed during the reception, the trial ends here. I'm so caught up in finding a foothold that I forgot to think that far ahead.
Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to cause this trial a time of death.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove that the murder happened during the reception?
I swear, Phoenix just needs
Not
to
even
be
better. His claims is dead on arrival.
promoted to detective.
Victory is within our gas
This point-
Prosecutor. Schnell, schnell!
Wyatt's
Because each
witness.
one of his cases, he solved who the murderer really is. I
I
think Phoenix needs to get fucking promoted.
I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. One that can only arrive at through further deliberation. Edgeworth? Run! Run! Oh, is he muted? He's probably muted. Enough of
Yep.
this, Your Honor. This trial is over. No, Mr. Nakodi, that is for me to decide. Mr. Wright, can you prove it? Can you prove that the murder was committed during the wedding reception?
Why is there no verdict yet? The lawyers obviously out of answers. The prosecutor, the judge, they're all infected.
The malignant stupidity is so advanced, not even the best surgeons could save them.
Malignant.
Whatever fuzz! In fact, not even a brain transplant could cure them.
This continent is infected with idiocy.
Idiocy?
It's a pandemic.
Yeah, we've had one. Called liberal. Mr. Nakodi, that's enough already. Finally ready to give up, are you? No, just the opposite, actually. I prove the murder was committed during the reception. By you.
You'll prove it?
Can you really, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can, Your Honor. To be honest, I don't exactly know how I'd do it just yet. But if I want to get the truth Edgeworth was talking about, I just have to find that way. Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's have your proof.
Enough of this foolishness. He's just bluffing. Stop him from speaking, Your Honor.
I will do nothing of the sort.
You're just distracted. You're just a district court judge.
Enough of your foolishness, Mr. Nakodi. This judicial body will not succumb to the influence of money or power. Now then, let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your truth. Think, Phoenix. Remember everything you learned so far. You can do this. You can find the definitive evidence that will lead us to the truth. Where's that Bones? Think, Phoenix. How can I prove the murder took place during the wedding reception? If Pierce committed the murder during the reception, then he had to have used... the murder weapon.
Yes, he's going to use the picture.
Yes, the weapon that was used to strike the victim twice.
Sorry, my dad came in the room with
Oh, okay.
Dorito.
According to the autopsy report, the victim was hit by the same object both times.
New flavor, spicy mango.
Oh, cats are outside fighting. So without a doubt, Pierce used to commit the murder. The weapon used to kill Bloomsbury was the timekeeper, obviously. If Pierce struck the victim during that one single moment, then he must have used the timekeeper. Come to think of it, wasn't he also used as something else during the reception? During the reception, the timekeeper was also used for...
The first starter below?
Yeah.
You did it, Boone!
Gee, I'm so smart. I didn't even remember that.
Neither did I.
That's right, the timekeeper had been activated during the reception. If we activate the timekeeper again now, and find any trace of evidence of the murder, that would be conclusive proof that Bloomsbury was killed during the reception.
Alright, Hilo, you take care, man. We're almost done here anyway.
I got work in free. See you guys tomorrow. Flo won't be busy. Alrighty then, you can
Yeah.
catch up on where you left off. It's pretty much nearly finished, I think. Because once that happens, we're nearly there. A special ceremony took place during the reception in question. Oh.
What kind of special ceremony?
It was called the first startup of love. Apparently, the couple activated the timekeeper of the first time during it.
Does that mean the timekeeper here evidence is activated at the moment? And what would happen if we were to activate it?
Why don't we see for ourselves? It will give us a chance to examine it. And while we're at it, we just might find some conclusive evidence.
What? No, you can't activate it. Mr. Nicotine, please keep quiet, or I'll have you thrown out of court.
Shut up.
By the way, Mr. Wright, this is supposed to be a time machine, right? We aren't going to travel back in time to the Stone Age or anything, are we?
It just takes the whole building. I don't think we have to worry too much about that, Your Honor.
I'm still a little nervous, nonetheless, but the truth must be known. Very well, go back and start the timekeeper.
Do you know how, Nick? I think so. Maybe.
Nope. Let's do it anyway.
The bride and groom each had a symbol of their love, and when they put them together... Oh,
romantic it was.
let's see. I think the symbol of the groom's love must be the timekeeper itself. What symbol of the bride's love would fit together with the timekeeper? Oh, I know. That has to be it.
Mr. Wright, are you ready to activate the time machine now?
Yes, Your Honor. The symbol of the bride's love that...
Back to the Future theme.
The symbol of the bride's love that is necessary for activating the timekeeper is...
My badge.
No, Rose. Miss Wyatt's pendant is the symbol of the bride's love that's necessary for activating the timekeeper.
What? Does that mean you could solder it up with Mrs. Wyatt's pendant?
That's what he said!
I believe so, Your Honor.
Very well. Please try it now, Mr. Wright.
Okay, here I go. But first, I have to figure out where that pendant goes.
The other side. Where the wheel, yeah.
I don't think that's just a spot, but I better try somewhere. Okay, never mind, it's not there.
You son of a...
Turn it back around.
I'm
Right
sorry.
underneath
Oh,
where this
there.
ominous fucking spot is.
Sorry, Rose, you blind doof. This hole looks like a good spot. I'll try setting the pendant in here.
It was pretty.
Yeah, Rose, it's the rumbling rose. It fits. This must be the right spot. Now I have to find a place to insert the key. Okay. The key.
Is it the propeller?
No, I'm not getting anything
No, I'm
from
talking about
that.
the front.
The outer casing is made of metal. Sure, I won't pretty much get a hit with something like this.
Oh.
Okay. Where do I put it in here? So I was in the middle of the pendant. Could this be it? Oh, really? What's the point?
Well, he did say that pendant was
Babble!
the key.
Oh no. It worked.
It worked. The timekeeper's
Well, then.
been activated. Now all I have to do is find proof that the crime was committed during the reception.
Bruh. How do you not see that?
Soren is sleeping. I think I found it. Conclusive evidence that the murder was committed during the wedding reception.
Welcome to Do Lock, such a perfect town. Here we have some rules, let us lay them down.
Just as I suspected, there's evidence of a murder inside the timekeeper. There's a murder inside the... There's evidence of the murder inside the timekeeper, Mr. Nakodi. The timekeeper was only activated and opened during the wedding reception, right?
No! Stop!
So that means this is conclusive proof that the crime was committed during the reception.
Gets hit with his own fucking piece.
After you killed the victim under the cover of fog, you closed the timekeeper to hide the bloodstain, didn't you?
No! You found Ellen killed Gloomsbury! It wasn't me, I tell you!
Give it up, Mr. Nakodi. How could the defendant, who was in the middle of pledging her love, have possibly committed the murder with everyone watching her?
It was the family, yes! All the family members conspired together to kill him!
That would include you, dumbass!
There's no way you can talk your way out of this one, Mr. Nakodi. During the reception, during that one dreamlike moment, only the one person could have committed the timekeeper to beat the victim to death. And that one person was you.
Hear that, though?
Pierce Nakodi.
No, this is over here. I won't get up. Oh no, I can't see artery. This stupid thing. You must stop the building now. Give me forceps. Forceps, I say. Hey, where is everyone? Fine. I'll manage this alone. I can solve by myself. Anything, prepare everything. Well, you have to get better. You have to live. The rest. I would have been able to save her. Only if I had listened to her. I treated her first. If only that son had been there. Ah! Selena! No! Oh shit, he did.
Bye.
Have a heart attack? Hello?
Witness,
Oh.
I'm finally ready to tell us the truth.
Okay, he's alive. We had a fucking heart attack.
Just as the lawyer did.
So it's all a revenge scheme against Soren Sprocket.
Do you have any idea how hard to lose someone you love right in front of you? Selena's condition was clearly more critical than Soren's, but in spite of that, she said,
Please help Soren. Miss Sprocket's last words. So that's what she really meant by those words.
I was able to grant her this wish, but that's the price of her life.
So you got a job as Sprocket at Aviation and waited for your chance to get revenge. You got close to Mr. Gloomsbury and hatched this plot. Is that right?
Bloomsbury already bore a grudge against Sword. So when I tempted him with an even better position, he immediately took the bait.
It was your accomplice. Someone who shared the same goal as you. Why was it necessary for you to kill him?
I didn't expect Soren to strike Gloomsbury out of the Vista deck. And I certainly never imagined he'd make his way here along the outside wall.
Soren's love is the real deal after all.
My plan has been compromised. So for the time being, I hid his body and tried to think of my next move.
Then Mr. Gloomsbury came to during the second wedding reception.
As soon as I saw Gloomsbury, I instantly hit upon an idea. Pin the blame on Gloomsbury's murder on Ellen.
You tried to break up the couple by making the bride out to be the murderer. How despicable. Despicable, whatever. Despicable. I keep saying it
So
wrong.
was getting the company and the wedding. Both things that were supposed to be Selena's took every happiness from her. Who's the despicable one here?
You think what you did would make her happy?
I know it wouldn't. But I couldn't just stand by, watching Soren enjoy his happiness. I was going to have Soren taste the same pain I had, and then take over the Sprocket's aviation. I would take back from more of the happiness that was rightfully Selena. Time stopped for me the day I lost her. Just like this pocket watch of hers.
Pierce? Miss Wyatt? I believe Selena would have said, leave this ill will behind. The time is yours to live.
Too late. Time will never advance for me ever again. What? Can't be.
What the fuck?
Selena. What I did was wrong.
Dear God, I can feel the
I see no
emotion.
further need to continue this trial.
What?
I can feel the emotion.
Bailiff, please take Mr. Dakota away.
You're right this way, sir. Oh, come on. Come on now, off your spot now.
Pierce Nakodi, another inconsolable time traveler who lived in time that stood still.
Right, Derek, put these cuffs on now.
Stop.
Now then, I must render my verdict regarding the defendant.
Your Honor, before you give your ruling, would you please allow me a moment?
Very well.
Ellen, there's something I need to say to you.
Yes, Soren? And why are we in a dark room?
I unleashed the power of darkness within my heart.
This is the realm of darkness.
This is the realm of darkness, where no one can hear us. I put you through something truly horrible.
There's a guy with a black hood with a box.
Ignore him. It won't make sense to the plot.
It's not me, it's not for us.
We're not part of this timeline. You see, it's all about hearts and shit. This whole thing happened all because of Xehanort.
No, I lied as well. This isn't the dark realm of darkness. This is the dark ether.
Actually, we're inside a machine where all the darkness has been sent to. That was in an alternate world in which...
Man, you cross fuck me up, I swear.
Oh man, yeah, you went to a missing link. Your missing link has
Yeah.
just gone missing again.
I mean, it's basically the same thing again, but this time Heartless is involved.
Oh, it's some bullshit.
I would understand if you wanted to call off our marriage.
What? Of course not. Never once thought of that.
Frying pan.
She's about to beat him over the head and take him to the altar.
I'm tired of these games, Soren.
Helene, please.
Every day, I'm trying to do it. Oh yeah, I'm only 4. Right, go on, Rose.
What part about for better or for worse do you not understand? That's the whole point of marriage.
It's gonna be Timbo. She's gonna be whacking me with saucepans.
Oh, hell no.
Only makes you more
If that was the case, it'd be like silicone. That way it just kind of flops back.
What do you mean?
The truth of this incident.
Alright, just beat you with a feather dust.
I'm going to tell the public everything.
Is he gay?
I expect the company's reputation will suffer, and I'll take a lot of criticism. But I feel I can only really start over once I get everything out in the open.
Hey, Rose, my neighbor. Soren.
After all that's happened, I might have the right to ask you this, but... Well, how should I say it? Maybe I'll just... A life with me probably won't be very easy, but... Will you marry me?
Yes, of course.
Your Honor, thank you for this time. Please continue with your ruling.
Very well, but first, I have one question. Do the two of you pledge your eternal love for each other to the goodness of justice, there, miss? To the goddess of justice, I mean.
I do, Your Honor.
I do.
Does the prosecution or the defense have any objections?
Well done, Your Honor. No objections here. The defense has no objections either, Your Honor.
Point!
This court's finding defendant Ellen Wyatt. Ah, that's not right. This court finds the defendant Ellen Sprocket not guilty.
Woohoo! Confetti in the courtroom!
Finally, a good use for this confetti. We get a trial and a wedding.
Oh god, more confetti to clean up.
Fuck the church, I'm gonna make this courtroom into a goddamn wedding reception.
This court is adjourned.
Hell, where's that disco ball?
I mean, hey, you might as well do a 2-for-1. He is a literal court official.
Ellen, Soren, congratulations. Mr. Wright, I can't thank you enough. If you hadn't exposed the truth, Soren and I wouldn't... We wouldn't... But now you can finally start a new life. Oh god, hold on. And now you can finally start your new life together, right?
Mr. Wright, we'll be holding a real wedding ceremony in the nearest future. Would you do us the honor of coming to it? I want you to witness our fresh start.
Oh, of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. And Ellen, this time it finally be happily ever after, right? Oh yes. The two of you have preserved and overcome this trouble together. Now, no matter what obstacles come your way, I'm sure you'll be able to handle them. And there's another thing I'm sure of too. This person will always be watching over the two of you.
I'll be your guide.
Rose, I swear.
Always there, waiting.
Rose, I swear to God, you are throwing me fucking crackers with these stupid things. Selena. Yes, I think you're right. And we promise to live life to the fullest. For Selena's sake too. Right, Soren?
That's right. Well, we better get on our way. Time to hit the old dusty trails.
Yes, my love. Wow, the old threshold carry, huh? Let us show off.
We'll be seeing you. Goodbye for now.
I'll be looking forward to that wedding.
Hold on tight, Aline.
You better believe I will. I'm never letting you go. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot they're doing this.
Yeah. They can carry 2? Damn. That's a lot of pressure.
Rose, she doesn't exist. There they go. Oh, this is Athena, isn't it? You're not thinking of going to that wedding by yourself, are you, boss? Oh, and Maya. You're taking us too, right? Oh boy, I bet there's going to be all kinds of fancy food there. Athena, when did you get here? Oh, just now. I would have been here to cheer you guys on earlier, but Trucy never gave me a chance to slip away. You're going to be even bigger trouble with her later. Speaking of the wedding, maybe I should ask them to invite Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Really? But he thought Ellen was guilty all the way to the end. That may be true, but...
Don't even bother. This claim is dead on the arrival. Victory is within your grasp, prosecutor.
Quiet witness-ness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. The truth.
He learned.
One that can only arrive at through further deliberation. If he hadn't stood up for us when he did, the trouble probably would have ended there. You mean Edgeworth gave us that chance? I mean, he usually does. Maybe. Oh, knowing him, I doubt he'd ever tell, even if I asked. Well, if that's how you feel about it, Nick, then why not try and get him invited? Hey, Maya, have you ever tried to catch the bouquet? What? No. I never have either. Find over a bouquet that's been tossed by the bride. Talk about a fierce competition. I'm totally stoked. I'm not sure it's really Huh?
She's gonna beat the shit out of everybody.
I'm not sure it's really supposed to be all that competitive. I'm a pretty good jumper, so I think I've got a chance. She's definitely missing the point of the whole thing. And Larry, how do you manage to stay so quiet for so long?
Shut up!
Oh, no.
Listen, old lady, you fell in love with every happiness is what a real man does.
I'm pretty sure that relationship was over before it even began, Larry.
Sorry, no. If only I was 10 years younger, things would have gone differently. Hands of time, why won't you turn back for me?
God.
You there, quit blubbering about in front of the courtroom. Come on now, off you go, Speak smart.
Anything from the trolley before you go?
Anything for the trolley before I kick your ass out of here.
Today is Ellen and Soren's third wedding ceremony and reception. I heard the bride and groom insisted to be on the flying chapel again. In the end, they were nice enough to invite me and Maya. And, well, Athena kind of invited herself. And they also invited Edgeworth, Emma, and even Larry. They say third time's a charm, right? I really do hope it's happily ever after for them this time around. Still, I get the feeling it's going to be one rowdy party.
Ready when you are. Okay, here we go. Huh?
Oh, hey! Look who's next! Huh?
Get back! Haven't you ever heard of ladies' response?
I'm truly blessed to have you.
Oh, wow. Come on, where's this key art? That's the key art. Are you for real?
Yeah. And bonus music.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's my platinum trophy. Bones. Rose, there's something I want you to see.
Oh no.
Once it fucking loads. Okay, right. How do I open the list?
Oh no.
It's just that. That fucking makes me laugh. Right. Let's see. Art library. Right. Where? Okay. So these are the illustrations.
Ooh, I hope you can print these out.
Huh?
Hope you can print these out. Be ashamed. Just stay here in the game.
Oh, these are the game magazines. Those fucking pansies.
The fucking hawk.
See, look, go back. I knew it. I knew it.
No, Rose.
Guilty.
You
Guilty.
idiot!
Guilty.
No,
See,
Rose,
Keenan's with
this-
me. Thank
This
you,
was the
Keenan.
first episode.
Keenan, look at it. He's guilty. See that top
Shut
corner?
up. Jesus Christ. I swear to God. Okay. We'll look at the game character designs in a minute. Oh, these are the in-game art bits. Wow, look at the background. Look at that on the... Was that gonna be the courtroom?
Probably an outside courtroom. Ooh.
That would have been nice.
Nothing changed here then.
Buddhas. So,
But the bazaar looks so different.
the body would have been on someone's hand.
Okay. Mr. the row. The hell? Where the Aladdin?
Fucking Jafar.
Yeah. Couldn't do it due to copyright.
Jafar is now fat.
You got chonk.
See, look at that mine. Oh, damn it, Maya. Damn it, Maya. Again, with the knife.
I like how it's from a goddamn cauldron.
She just should never be around knives.
And up there he is, that
Just
boy
never
jumps
allowed to touch
Right,
knives.
shut up!
There, that motherfucker.
You have such a damn fucking. Hold on. Gotta. Oh yeah, look at these rows. This was from Apollo Justice. Oh yeah, the woman on the left. That's Apollo's mother. The one with the mask and everything.
Yeah.
The one with the star constellation.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh yeah, it's the time Apollo lost.
They gotta look like a Street Fighter game.
I mean, they are part of
I
Marvel
just
vs.
want to see
Capcom.
the plushies fight, man.
I want to see the judge fight. Look at this.
He's gonna use that gavel. That is the most wackiest looking thing ever.
That's old school anime.
I know. It's just nuts to see. Another looking Street Fighter thing. Alright, now let's see what their character designs look like. Well, Phoenix doesn't look any different, does he? Neither does Apollo. Neither does Athena. Maya's the same. Well, yeah, she did have that on. Oh, there's the young Maya there.
Mhm.
Oh wow, they actually thought of some new hair designs for her. Oh my god. The first one looks a dent and they look like Mia.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of does. I think that was intentional.
Oh wow, they thought of her right off the spot. They didn't even do any difference with her. Or maybe they have. Oh, never mind, they did. Holy Christ.
Nope.
They tried so many different hairstyles. Look, even purple.
And look, she was about to be a bit black.
I mean,
That
it
would be
wouldn't do
Indian,
well
not
with the
black.
Asian audience, but
Yeah, I'll do like a final design. I think she does look better.
Mhm.
Oh wow, there's even more? Holy Christ! Alright, now they made her look like a genie.
that yeah.
I like the butterfly hood cloak thing. The butterfly wings. That's so pretty. Sorry, the ADD.
You're an ADD.
Yes.
Why can't you just SUB?
Yeah, why can't you sub?
More fucking hairstyles.
Good grief, they were going full out with her. Like, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do?
So they didn't figure it out.
It's like, wow, they figured her out. It's like, no, never mind. Whole backstory and origin here.
Shag, bitch, that's what you thought.
Look at those hair buns. Oh, wow. Let's see what they go with this one. Okay, so this is his final.
Oh God. Oh, that hair. That hair in the bottom center. No way. No. No.
He looks like Riku.
I suppose he could sport purple. Not light purple though. Not that Prince light purple.
Or the
I
dark
didn't know it
one.
was possible to make
The
him
dark
more
one, yes. The
look
light
more
one,
like
no.
a girl.
Oh my god, what the hell? Wait, who's the woman? Was that meant to be her before? Was that meant to be? Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I guess him. Before, 'cause
That
the
would
girl is
explain the
different looks.
girliness.
Yeah.
Great. Can't wait for the
Bro
trans
had a
people to
whole
see this.
different look.
I can't wait for the trans people to go and see this. Like, oh my god, he's trans! You know, start waving a fucking flag at him. Just like they did with Trixie.
Came in on a horse.
Well, look at that, Boo! It's not like you see horses with two rear ends.
center, and he had a little aloof type of personality.
This would have been nuts to see.
Round and round in circles we go.
Well, they got Emma Sky down to a T. Was Black Quill as well. Trucy didn't change much. Naval Edgeworth.
Yeah, Kelsey!
No, right. Oh, the doggo Kimby!
I know. Tar.
When the dog pops out the bag.
Mr. I'ma show up for one trial and never again. Shit was a cheap wig.
Oh man. Right, look at the
The fucking.
He looks like actually Shaggy. Look at the one with the glasses right in the middle.
I like toys, guys.
Go back to nothing. Or something. Go back to nature, is it? I don't know what it says.
Like back to nature we go, guys.
Fucking hippie as shit.
Oh yes, finally. Some good
Rose,
things
put it in your
inside.
pants.
They're legal. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look
Oh,
at the
wait.
one with the cat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go, Timber, some ideas.
Not much to say about this guy.
The jawline.
But they didn't. They even fucking pictures of him. Oh, fucking goodness grief.
Yes, the nightmare fuel.
Yes.
Oh my god, right? What is he doing with that scroll?
I don't know.
What is he doing with that scroll?
Bro really flaunt that hair though.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh. The beret, goddamn. We would have made him too serious.
Look at the one on the fucking bottom right. Dead serious he is.
He kind of looked like Sid in a sense.
Oh yeah.
The top center.
Oh yeah, I can see the resemblance.
The afro.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, they knew. Look at the second panel of it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the Japanese just don't care. They do it. Not like you pitiful Americans that just like, no. Jiggles.
Ooh, next.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, never mind then. I'm fucking upset.
With a nuke, the nuke
The
body
teddy
pillow.
bear.
Hey, that's right. She's Russian after all.
The teddy bear, man.
Propaganda didn't look. Yet.
Oh yeah, keep breaking his plaque, didn't he?
Yeah. I just have to, like, tape it together.
Ooh, I like the beret. A little pirate look in the top corner.
Oh, so that's what he looks like on the side. He has a spiky looking beard. You only can see it from the front, so you think that was just a bit of the beard going up his up the bottom lip.
Mm.
Oh, oh my word! He looks scary. Shame we don't get to see what they're saying in English. It's all in Japanese.
Damn.
How'd she? I legit do not know how. Like, right, let's think of that and then go straight to that. I was like, good
Can't believe
grief.
she shot her own sister.
Yeah, thankfully she's still alive. Wow, Larry has not changed one bit.
Ah, cute piglet.
Look at, oh my god, he's gone in style on that fucking with that. The bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
The mustache.
Really reminds me of Princess Daisy.
I think that's what they were going for.
The intense pen clicking.
Oh my word.
Really like the purple outfits. Everybody's got a purple outfit alternative.
Oh no,
Teddy bear.
he was gonna do surgery on a teddy bear.
Oh no, FNAF reference.
They thought about making it explode on the shoulder.
Oh god, what are they doing? He's off his chair!
The monk.
Oh wow, that was their original designs until they changed them.
Mm-hmm. He used to be Chinese.
Oh my god.
The Chinese one. Forehead for days.
Right. This was the ideas for Apollo's dad.
Well, that's Archie Bath, remember? The one with the guitars, Jove Justice. Like we had to fucking have an illustration of what the fuck this clothing is.
It's a poncho, a very expensive poncho.
Oh yeah, that's their little wedding outfits. There's the DLC costumes. Oh, what the hell was all this? Super deformed character art. Oh, Team B!
I know. I just like how tiny their feet. Tylium.
8-bit, yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's all of them. Well, there we go then. That's everything. There's the little mascot of the police. God, what it was
The
called.
true stiff hero.
Man,
I miss Gumshoe.
I miss Gumshoe as well. But we'll see him again in Edgeworth's game. Wow, we done all 3 games, and Rose was only here for this.
The one that mattered.
Well, Rose, I think you love Dual Destinies.
I don't know. Did it have bunny girls in it? Didn't think so.
Wait, no. I'm sorry, Rose. Hold on a minute. They had something cute. They had dolphins. They had a whale. They had a black character that rapped.
That pirate's doing something for me.
There was no, do you know what? Never mind. I love it.
See, told you. Spirit of Justice is the one that matters.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, we'll see you all for Luigi's Mansion 2.
Luigi.
Yeah,
Luigi.
we're going to one of Rose's favorite places that he bought,
Luigi.
and then we're gonna extract all of its money's worth.
Oh no.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye for now.
Goodbye, folks.
In me. Well,
Bye-bye.